with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, Veterans Day. Since our nation's founding, brave men and women have taken up arms to defend the truth set forth in the Declaration of Independence, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Time and again, ordinary people have served our nation in extraordinary ways, so that all Americans can pursue the happiness our founding fathers envisioned. By their service, they have kept America strong. They have protected our way of life for more than 2 centuries. At this moment, men and women of the Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, and Coast Guards are serving around the world. As Americans, we have set aside November 11th, Veterans Day, to reflect, remember, and honor those who have served in the United States Armed Forces. Today, there are nearly 25 million military veterans living among us. We honor them by teaching younger generations about their sacrifices on our behalf. Educators are an instrumental part in these efforts.
We'd like to have our guests come up on stage now. Or anyone active duty military that's here today, please come up on stage, and all our veterans that we've invited today, please come up on stage at this time. I'd like for them to meet these people, and they're going to give a brief summary of their experiences as a military individual, person serving in the military. Let's give them a round of applause.
I'm Bino Roberts. I served in the United States Navy from 1948 to 1952. I was a hospital corpsman. I served 2.5 years at the Bethesda Naval Hospital, and I served a year on the battleship Missouri. I consider it an honor and a privilege to serve my country. I would like to thank at this time the Student Council for your participation in the Pledge of Allegiance. And I see a number of adults and parents here who may not be aware of just what we do. For the past 3 years now, including this, we take the Student Council down to the Veterans Memorial, and we do the Pledge of Allegiance down there, and we film it. And we couldn't have a more appropriate place to say the Pledge of Allegiance. And I remind you 8th graders that the Pledge of Allegiance is not a chore, it's a privilege. Treat it as such. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Vernetta Spalding. I'm the Post Adjutant for the Fernandina Beach American Legion Post 174. I served in the U.S. Army between 1977 and 1982. I'm here to represent my niece, Abria Richo.
My name is Barbara Meeker. My daughter is Brooke Royal, and it's her birthday today. Happy birthday. I served from 2000 to 2004 in the U.S. Army. My MOS was 45 Bravo, which was small arms and towed artillery repair. My child's biological father was also in the military. He served for 26 years, but he is deceased now.
My name is Dale Stickrath. I joined the Army Air Corps during World War II. I took my basic training in St. Petersburg, Florida, and I took my gunnery school in Panama City, Florida. I was a gunnery instructor until I volunteered for overseas, and I went over in the Pacific with the 13th Air Force on the 13th day of the month. I consider that my lucky number. I came back without a scratch. We flew the longest mission of any bomber during World War II. We were in the air for 17 hours. And then we came back, and we won the war.
My name is Bruce Malcolm. I was in the United States Marine Corps. I've always considered it an honor and a privilege to serve among the heroes that really were. And I guarantee you I was not one of the heroes, but it was my privilege to serve among them. I did my boot camp, which is a fun experience. Y'all ought to try that sometime. I did that at MCRD, Marine Corps Recruit Depot in San Diego. Then I went up to Camp Pendleton and did my combat training up there. Well, at this point, I was getting ready to go somewhere, and I did. They sent me on up the coast a little bit to a place called LFTU, Landing Force Training Unit, and that's at Coronado Island, where they train the SEALs. And I wasn't a SEAL, not by a long shot, but I got to train among them and do some of the things that was necessary to support them, and I've always looked back on that. The nice part of that duty, everybody will tell you about shot and shell. I spent the first year or so of my enlistment in a bathing suit on the beaches of Southern California, and I thought that was fine duty. Mustered out in Corpus Christi, Texas, down at the Naval Air Station down there. And that's pretty much it. It really is. It was a privilege and an honor to serve in that group. Thank you.
I'm Charles Horton, Navy captain. I served 31 years in the Navy, first as enlisted and then as an officer. I served aboard an aircraft carrier and also a submarine tender. I've been at the controls of planes, I've been at the helm of a carrier, I've been at the helm of a nuclear submarine. So I've had a very exciting, it's not all hard work, it's fun too. I've certainly enjoyed my career. I've served all through the Southeast United States. I served in Italy, in Naples, Italy. I served in Okinawa, Japan. And I love to go. And I, like these people here, I felt it a privilege and an honor. And like I told the other group, I would still be in the Navy if they would let me. But I retired in '96 because I was too old. So I don't have a chance, but I encourage all of you to think of military service. It's great, it's a privilege, it's an honor. And I want to thank all of you for inviting us here this morning, and thank you for coming.
I'm Commander David Truelock, United States Navy. I went to the Navy in 1965 and retired in 1987. I was stationed in Pensacola, Florida, Corpus Christi, Texas, NES North Island, Coronado, California, Moffattville, California, and then all over the Pacific and the European area. Served in Vietnam, 68, 69, and 70, in and out. I like to call attention to the band. My daughters went all the way through the Fernandina Beach school system and played in the band, saxophone and flute. You got a great band there, sir. It really sounds good today. I mentioned in the early service that I look at our youth today and realize we are in good hands. We have a great future ahead of us. It has been my honor and my privilege to wear this uniform and serve this great country of ours. One thing I do want to mention is 1980, they had something called the Mariel boat lift. I don't know if most of you know anything about that, but the Cubans came over in mass in hundreds of boats, thousands of people risking their lives. We flew search and rescue missions on that. 200 feet off the water, going from boat to boat to see which ones were sinking, to call the Navy and Coast Guard in to rescue them. And when I saw boats completely loaded, people standing with the water swirling around their ankles, clutching their rosaries and praying, I realized what a great gift freedom is for us. They risked their lives to come to this country for the freedoms to enjoy. More power to us to enjoy that freedom ourselves. Again, it's been my honor and my privilege to serve you. Thank you so much.
I'm Tom Cavender. I teach 8th grade science right here at Fernandina Middle. I'm wearing my school uniform today, if you're wondering. I was privileged to serve 20 years in the United States Army at various assignments throughout the United States and Central Europe. I retired in 1997, and I've been teaching school here in Nassau County ever since. I would like to mention that my wife and I have 3 sons. My 2 oldest are both currently on active duty in the armed services. My oldest is a Black Hawk helicopter pilot, United States Army. He's stationed at Fort Wiley, Kansas. My middle son just graduated from Navy Officer Candidate School and reported this morning to Pensacola Naval Air Station for aviator training. So thank you very much for inviting me.
I thank all of you for sharing your experiences with us. Let's give them a big standing ovation as they receive it. Thank you for your service to our country. Appreciate it.
My name is Old Glory. I fly atop the world's tallest buildings. I stand watch in America's halls of justice. I fly majestically over great institutions of learning.
I am confident.
I stand guard with the greatest military power in the world. Look up and see me. I stand for peace, honor, truth, and justice.
I stand for freedom. I am proud.
When I am flown with my fellow banners, my head is a little higher. My color is a little truer. I bow to no one.
I am confident. I am proud.
I am recognized all over the world. I am worshipped. I am saluted.
I am respected.
I am revered. I am loved and I am feared. I have fought every battle of every day for more than 200 years. Gettysburg, Shiloh, Yorktown, and San Juan Hill. The beaches of France, Anzio, the trenches of Normandy,
Guam, Okinawa, Vietnam, and the Persian Gulf, and
a score of places, long forgotten by all but those who were there with me. I was there.
I led my sailors atop 1,000 ships. I followed them. I watched over them, and they loved me.
I was on a small hill in Iwo Jima. I was dirty, battle-worn, and tired.
But my Marines cheered me, and I was proud.
I have been torn, burned, soiled, and trampled on the streets of my own country. But when it's by those who I've served in battle with, it hurts. But I shall overcome, for I am strong.
From my vantage point on moon, I stay watching the new uncharted frontiers of space.
I have been a silent witness to all of America's finest hours, but my finest hour comes when I am torn in strips to be used as bandages for my fallen comrade in the field of battle.
When I fall